What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV back here for another episode of Predict the Prem, as we've got games tonight and the whole of the weekend. It's going to be interesting round of fixtures this week. The scores on the doors at the moment are 384 to 375, only 9 points in the gap. And the way the scoring works is 5 points for a correct scoreline, 3 points for a correct result and both teams to score, 1 point for a correct result and the star man as well, which is 2 points for a goal, 1 point for an assist. And let's get into the first game of the weekend, which is tonight. Manchester United against Chelsea at Old Trafford. And I've gone for 2-1 to Chelsea here.
Yeah, I've gone for 2-2, bit of a different one, but obviously Chelsea big favourites. I've just thought United played quite well against Arsenal despite going down 3-1 in the end. Chelsea against West Ham needed them to go down to 10 men to take all 3 points. Didn't think they were that impressive. Haven't been that impressive in the past couple games. And I don't think it's going to be the easiest game. I think obviously United will want to show a bit of fight, just try and season well. Chelsea have third wrapped up, so I'm going for a score draw.
Yeah, I got a feeling that after that performance at the Emirates, obviously it was a good performance from Man United, but I think they might lose a bit of kind of hope for that top four after that result. So I got a feeling Chelsea will just about get over the line here, but I don't expect it to be the greatest game of football, that's for sure. But yeah, I've gone for 2-1 to Chelsea. My brother's gone for 2-2. Let's move over to the Saturday games now as we go to Newcastle against Liverpool. And I've gone for 3-1 to Liverpool in this game.
Yeah, I went 2-1. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, I went 3-1 just because, Newcastle really good at home. Since Eddie Howe's joined, I think they've won their last 5 or 6 games at home. But this Liverpool side is going to take some beating, even for an informed Newcastle. And I think that it might take a while for Liverpool to get into it because it'll be a resolute Newcastle defence. But I got a feeling that once one goal goes in, a few more could follow. And obviously Liverpool just unstoppable at the moment. So that's why I've gone for 3-1.
Yeah, Villarreal made it very, very difficult for them, didn't they, midweek? But they ultimately got the 2 goals they needed for they've got a second leg coming up. But it's one of those games when they're challenging for the title that, they have to be relentless in how they play. And I think it's going to be a difficult game. Newcastle in big form. I do expect them to put up a fight, so I expect it to be difficult for Liverpool, but I do expect them to just go over the line. So I've gone for 2-1.
All right, let's move on to Aston Villa against Norwich. I've gone for 1-0 in this one.
1-0, I've gone for 3-0. I'm just hoping, I think it's going to be more of a... I'm thinking maybe with Aston Villa's firepower, they don't turn on often, but maybe I've got a feeling they might turn on in this game. They've been on a bad run of form, haven't won in a few games, had a string of losses, but they broke that with the draw against Leicester. And they have a tendency to occasionally just turn it on, like they beat Southampton 4-0 at home. And if Coutinho, Watkins and Ings, if they all click, Norwich are going to be in big trouble. And I think this could be the week where they go down. So I'm going for 3-0 to Villa.
Yeah, I think Norwich will put up a bit of a fight this weekend. Aston Villa have been shocking of late, only scored 1 goal in their last 4 games. So I can't really see them scoring a bag full of goals this game, but I can see them getting over the line finally to confirm Norwich's fate. So I think Norwich will put up a fight, but I think Villa will just about get over the line. A struggling Villa, that is. But let's move on to Southampton against Crystal Palace. And I've gone for 1-1 here, and we've gone for a very different score here.
We have. I've 3-1 to Palace. Yeah, I just think Palace away from home, I think they're much more suited to playing on the counter with a bit more space, and I think Southampton will definitely lead them that space that they like to play with, the likes of Zaha and Olise obviously back in the team, Eze there as well. I just got a feeling that they're a bit more defensively solid than Southampton, as much as Southampton being okay of late after string of bad losses. They got the draw last week against Brighton after going 2-0 down, but I think against Palace they want to end the season well, and I think they're capable of that, so I've gone for a win for Palace.
Yeah, for me, both teams with nothing to play for, both teams not really on the greatest form either. I think Southampton, they've lost 2 out of their last 4 games. Palace have lost their last, well, they haven't won since they beat Arsenal. So that's 3 losses, including an FA Cup semi-final against Chelsea and a draw last time out against Leeds 0-0. So both teams really stuttering to the finish line of the Premier League with nothing to play for. So I got a feeling it just could end up be equal this game. So that's why I've gone for 1-1. Let's move on. Watford against Burnley, and I've gone for 2-0 to Burnley here. I think that Burnley, since sacking Sean Dyche, they've really stepped up in terms of results, and I think this weekend will be no different against a Watford side who are just losing every week. So I'm backing Burnley to win this game.
Yeah, Watford not in great form, but they know that they need to fight till the end, and obviously it's going to be how many points they're 9 points away from Burnley right now. So in fact they have to beat Burnley if they've got any chance. But I reckon I think it's going to be with Hodgson up against, I know it's not Dyche anymore, but they do play still a similar way. So I don't expect a great game of football, but I do think that Watford might be all right for a draw in this game. So I've gone for 1-1.
All right, next up is Wolves against Brighton at Molineux. We've both gone for the same scoreline here in 1-1. I couldn't really split the sides. I mean, Brighton back into form a little bit. Obviously, those 2 wins in North London followed up by a loss at the Etihad, and then obviously they were 2-0 up against Southampton and let that lead slip. Wolves, on the other hand, a bit of a Jekyll and Hyde team at the moment. Not really sure which kind of Wolves are going to turn up with their season more or less done. I mean, they can fight for Europa League, but I think it's very much an outside chance. So yeah, I couldn't really split the sides here, 1-1.
Yeah, I think that as well. I just think Brighton are in good form. I think they're going to be very difficult to play against. But Wolves lost their last 2, but they'll probably wouldn't want that to continue. So I can just see a draw happening in this game.
Next up is Leeds against Manchester City, and I've gone for 3-0 to Manchester City here.
I've just gone 3-1 just because of the pace Leeds have with Rafinha and Dan James and Harrison. I think they might be able to hurt City a bit and find a few moments to hurt them. But City are going to be too strong. I can't see them holding City out. They were brilliant, I thought, in midweek, but unfortunately allowed Madrid back in the game 3 times. But I don't think Leeds are good enough to do that. So I've gone for 3-1.
Yeah, I think the Man City defence have been pretty stellar all season. They have started to concede a few goals as of late, obviously 3 to Real Madrid and 1 to Watford in a 5-1 battering. But I think a clean sheet is in the offing this weekend. Obviously, Leeds failed to score in their last game with a 0-0 draw at Crystal Palace. So I got a feeling it could be a similar one for Leeds, and Man City are just battering everyone at the moment. So that's why I've gone for 3-0 to Manchester City. As we move over to the Sunday games, Everton against Chelsea. I've gone for 2-1 to Chelsea here. You've gone for 1-1 here, but I actually went for 1-1, then last minute changed it to 2-1 to Chelsea. I think Chelsea will just be a bit too strong for Everton, although Everton are quite strong at home. They have been playing well at home of late, and they know it's imperative to get a result this weekend, but I've just gone for Chelsea just to nick it.
Yeah, I think they know that any point could be vital, so they're going to be fighting tooth and nail for it. Obviously, they went to Anfield last week and put in a decent showing for an hour before Liverpool turned the screwing up their level, and they couldn't handle it. But I feel like Everton at home, with their backs against the wall, they might come out swinging. So I've gone for them to just nick a draw on this one.
Next up, Tottenham against Leicester. Obviously at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, we've gone for the exact same scoreline in 3-1 to Spurs. I think that the way Leicester play their football very different to like the likes of Brentford and Brighton, or the way Brighton played against us anyway. And I think that it could leave us a few spaces. I'm not sure if they're going to pack the midfield as well. I really hope that Spurs can get back to winning ways with a confident victory this weekend.
Yeah, I think Leicester could be good opponents, seeing as they've got a semi-final coming up. A few eyes will be on that. I think in terms of defensively, I know Fofana's back in, but Harry Kane and Son have brilliant records against Leicester. And obviously we had a very good performance early in the season against them, even though it took 2 last-minute goals to win. So I'm backing us to get the win over the line, and convincingly 3-1, although judging by our last goal appearances, maybe I shouldn't.
Next up, a London derby at the London Stadium, West Ham against Arsenal. I've gone for 1-0 to Arsenal in this game. You don't know which West Ham are going to turn up this weekend. Literally, you don't know which players are going to be on that pitch, but no fit centre-backs. I can see West Ham putting a lot of men behind the ball and really frustrating Arsenal, even without the centre backs. But I think Arsenal will ultimately get over the line. I can't really see West Ham scoring in this game either, even though Arsenal's defence has been shaky of late. We just don't know which West Ham players are going to be on that pitch, so it's hard to predict this game.
Yeah, they got no fit centre back, so they're going to be. I'm thinking they're going to be maybe a bit disorganised at the back. So I think Arsenal will take advantage of that. I do feel like they might get a goal from somewhere. They do have quality, even more quality and depth than given credit for. With the likes of Benrahma coming in, Yarmolenko, who's scored a few goals of late. So I think they might get a goal, but it won't be enough. I think Arsenal, unfortunately, will take the victory. Which will be very vital for them. I'm hoping I'm wrong, but that's what I think is probably going to be the case.
All right, and the last game of the weekend, Monday Night Football at Old Trafford, Manchester United against Brentford. I've gone for 2-1 to Brentford here at Old Trafford. Wow. I think that Brentford will get back to winning ways. I mean, they frustrated us massively on the weekend. They've been playing really well apart from that. Man United stuttering massively of late, although they did have an okay performance at the Emirates. I think Brighton will work too hard at Old Trafford, and I think they'll get the result.
Yeah, I've just gone for 2-2. I think United, as much as they're not playing well at the moment, I do think they should have enough quality to score a couple of goals against Brentford at home. But Brentford, especially with Eriksen in the side, they've got so much quality, especially from set pieces. I do expect them to get a lot of joy when they go forward. So I've gone for a score draw.
All right, and the star men, I have gone for Kai Havertz with Chelsea. Got a double game week, so I've gone for Kai Havertz, seeing as he should be starting both games.
Who? What do you mean? Oh God, yeah, Thursday. I completely forgot about that. Fair enough. I've gone for Harry Kane. He's got a great record against Leicester. I think he's most goals than any other against any other team. So, gone for Harry Kane in this one.
All right, so I've gone for Kai Havertz. That's got 2 games this week. Sim's gone for Harry Kane at home to Leicester. Let me know your star men and let me know your predictions and let me know who you think is going to come out on top this week, me or Sim, in the comment section below. Like, subscribe and comment. And as always, come on you Spurs.